Okay. So last time we were kind of uh, the party was getting their bearings back in Bateau, taking stock of things. You guys had your battle report submitted to you by Onyx, kind of detailing what all you had going on in Bateau. But there were a couple, and I think you've pretty thoroughly gone through everything you wanted to do in Bateau itself, correct?
Uh,
I did.
I
there would
have.
be there'd be one conversation I would want to have before we go to Marana.
Okay. Who do you want to talk to?
It would be Isabella.
Okay. She is currently resting in her little saltwater filled bathtub.
Yes, and he's gonna come into the room. And he's basically gonna like take a seat like right next to it. Um, and he's just gonna he's not trying to he's not gonna like look over like helicopter like worried and stuff. He's just gonna be like, how are Isabella? I don't know if you are sleeping. If you do sleep,
I
I'm
scoot
sorry
a
if I've
chair over
disturbed
for
you.
him.
Well, he takes a seat and he's sitting. He's like, um, how are you feeling? You've you've exerted yourself quite a lot recently.
I am recovering adequately. I should be good for our next
Eh,
deployment.
But everything has to be about the next deployment, about the next battle, the next front. Like, how are you doing?
I am good. I have achieved a part of my primary mission in destroying the Saint.
Walks out.
I want to. I just that time in the trials that the saint gave me and all of those visions and illusions. I want you to know that yes, I haven't made the best choices, and I want you to know that no matter what, Isabella, you are still my daughter. You're still a courtier. You are still you. I know that it is more than it is more than just a normal incident that has occurred involving you. You are changed to degrees at which I don't know and may not understand. But if you ever need to talk to me about anything, Isabella, you can. I want you to know that it doesn't have to be about the war, about missions or directives. A lot's happened, but you're still young, and you're
I,
not alone in any of this.
I am aware that that is the foundation for my current existence, but that is no longer what I am completely. I am beyond that. I am more than that. I do not know what additional information you could give me that would be useful.
You never know. I guess circumstances and other instances may show that there is some information or wisdom I can give you that you might not be able to just find or figure out on your own.
This is true. There are many unknown unknowns. If I believe you have information relevant to my needs, I will seek you out.
All right. Thank you then at least. If you need anything else, you let us know, all right? But for the meantime, get some rest. We're going to leave early in the morning for Marana.
I will be prepared.
All right. And he's going to leave after that. And then he's going to rest. Um, yep.
Okay. So you all rest for the night. It is now day 118 of the year. And the party sets out uh, for Marana. Are you taking just who all is going? Is it going to be all of you that are
Um,
currently present?
so I would say we would leave Aerith here with the healers. Um, uh, he would want to bring. He would ask for like obviously for the rest of the party. Um, then if they're available, he would want. Trying to look at this because it's the he would want kill demons since he's in charge of the Savonin portion that's with their forces now. Um, and trying to remember who the name of the person with the Erg tribes is. With the Erg Confederation that's with us.
Oh, that would be Rogmesh, I believe, is the leader. Yes, Rogmesh.
Yeah, he would want Rogmesh with him. Um, basically, it would the ship might be crowded. I don't know how many people we can fit on it, but he would want like um, the 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 captains of the overarching groups
Hmm.
that make up the New Dawn to come with.
Okay. Um, let's see. So yes, that would be Kill Demons, Rogmesh, you. Um, you probably want a representative from Noctum.
Teneless.
Well, Tenelus isn't here. Tenelus is on a
Oh, he's in the
vision quest in the
river.
Underdark.
He's in the river. Yes, I would want someone from for Noctum. I don't
Um,
know who that would be. Maybe that
Sam, would
would
you like to
be
introduce your character at this moment as the
Huh?
Noctum representative?
Oh, it's at least Wraith, of course.
okay, perfect.
Where's the Court of Noctum?
Gotta use that character.
Yep,
God, I
we
use
go
that
Court of
character.
Noctum.
User, you loser.
There we go.
Yeah, it's about what I expected.
Okay. So what other factions might you want to have represented? Obviously Minx for the UDDC.
hmm
Duh.
Um,
Elijah would obviously be here for you'd be get to representing House Dumont and the forces of the Dumont house that are with us
Yep. I'll be there
because I don't
representing
because I
the
don't
house of
fucking trust because I'm
the
definitely
true
not
house.
bringing Desmodus away from anything and pretty sure Elijah's going
yeah,
to keep him under very careful watch.
He's locked down with some pretty good contracts.
yeah, you've been
Still don't
very
trust him
busy with
farther than I
that.
can throw him. I think that would be everybody.
Okay. So um, you take the ship, you fill it up with your command staff, um, and
Can't
depart
believe
for.
Alvarez gets to destroy the entire leadership of the New Dawn of one boat bomb.
Y- I did think about that when he said it, but uh,
Please.
it will play out um, according to how I think they would react based on what I have determined
All
their
right, everyone, to join the
motivations are.
meeting, please put on your lead shoes. Make sure the straps are tight.
The straps.
Um, so you fly to Marana, you land at the designated meeting point, and you are met with an escort um, that takes you to the command tent, you can see around you the small portion of the army which is encamped here appears to be in fairly good order, considering the catastrophic losses that they received at your hands. Um, and you enter into the tent, and the leader of these soldiers greets you. As you, I guess, I'm assuming Jacques is the first one in,
Oh yeah.
and here we go.
It's a good thing Vagabond isn't here.
Well, they'll meet eventually, you know. So she says,
If I can help it.
"Welcome, welcome. Please come in."
We've been killing hot baddies this whole time. What are we doing?
Um,
Okay, I am
quick
loading up
question
my
with
perspective.
just quick
Uh-huh.
question. With my time as Viscount in Bateau, and the dealings that I would have had with Blackwood, would I have known her?
Roll me a d20.
If she was in your class, you had a crush.
No.
No, no. You were
Okay.
Damn.
I
Great
mean,
eyes.
she is only a lieutenant, right? So she's an officer, but she's not a particularly high-ranking one, and she would have been in another city. Like you wouldn't have made the time to to meet someone like her, but she would know you.
Okay.
So she greets you, she bows to you as befits a noble, and she says, "Lord Cartier,
Please,
please come in."
please, we can drop lords, no bowing, no.
No, no bowing, but surely someone of your station, favored of your accomplishments, deserves such titles.
Accomplishments made as a whole and as a group. Nothing I did was done single-handedly. That is
You're
why we are here in good faith. Before, if you speak with me for parlay, you speak with the new dawn.
I see. So Isabella's, you're reading her thoughts. Let's see. Let's see. Saying their emotional state. Okay. So Isabella, you're digging around in her thoughts, and uh, let's see. The thing that looms largest in her mind is she wants to get in good with the people who brought down the saint. Essentially, there's like a
She wants to
this.
ingratiate.
She wants to ingratiate herself uh, with Jacques specifically, but the new dawn in general. Um, Essentially, considering their defeat of the saint to show that there is a new mandate for leadership under creation. Like the basically the way that she's resolved the contradiction of the saints are undefeatable in with uh empowered by creation, um with the fact that you guys have in fact defeated a saint. As well, obviously it's because the saints have fallen out of favor of perhaps definitely creation, perhaps the empress as well. And so uh Jacques is
God, she's
now
a
the
sycophant?
Do
the
I
new guy.
have like a memory of the saints like guilt and stuff, like his shame and his like sort of self hatred and loathing?
um
God, did
like
you get that
from a
from your
first
time when you were trying to mentally break him?
from like a first person perspective, no. But I mean, you have your own memories of watching him do that.
of dealing with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the most, shameful admission that he made, something that just, completely undercut. So he said a bunch of shit. So you can choose what
Yeah.
the specifics are. And I'm going to broadcast that to all of them.
To all of who?
All of the
God.
surrendering soldiers, as well as our party, our officers, so that they all know what
Okay.
happens. I'm just going to send out a wave to all of them of just the shame of the Empire.
Okay. You can see all of the soldiers and her. I guess they need to make a saving throw. So we'll see if she makes it. Nope, didn't think she would. So she kind of clutches her head as she receives this vision from you, and looks at Jacques and says, "So my suspicions were true. The saints have lost the mandate of creation." Uh, and she goes down on one knee to you.
No, no, please, no, no.
The Emperor never wanted to be a god.
No, stand,
What are
stand.
your orders, Your Grace?
Hating Cartier.
No. Stand. No.
She kind of
None of this.
she
I'm gonna
looks up at you,
whisper
We have
in.
a
confused.
lot to discuss,
I'm
it seems.
gonna whisper in Jock's mind, or not whisper, mentally think in Jock's mind. It's be useful for once and take it. This will be useful for our cause.
Or okay, Malkador.
She's still looking up at you, confused, as you're mentally conversing with Isabella.
If you refuse to be useful in battle, be useful as a symbol.
Savage.
God damn it. And then the worst part is that all of Persistence's words and conversations is just coming back to him in this fucking moment.
There's definitely a tinge of him in there, because again, he's in there because of
Like,
you.
oh, it was that when you started saying that, he did not hear Isabella. His mind was like, why the fuck is Persistence talking to me right now?
Yep.
While Jock is having this moment of kind of internal turmoil, Minx is going to step forward. The truth is, this is not done on its own. There is a reason that he is become the new favored, as you say. He keeps new company. He holds new beliefs. These all have to do with the change in leadership.
It seems I have a lot to learn, my lord.
Clearly.
This is quite a big change.
I could see that is very true for you. Something to keep in mind. The new term is Tvarish. This is Tvarish, Jock. And he's gonna kind of pat Jock on the shoulder.
Tavarish? What is that? I'm not
It is
familiar with that title.
a new title. It is a sign of respect, but it is not associated merely with upbringing, but ideology and one's position in society.
Shoot me now. The man
Of
who didn't
course.
want to be king, the man who didn't want to be emperor, and emperor is thrust upon him. It's just like shit.
I mean, if you kill a god, then
Fair,
best be
you know.
prepared to
Isabella's
Yeah,
nosebleeds
be
little.
prepared to deal with the foe.
Isabel's nosebleeds little, but all of the surrendering soldiers and our soldiers have get the mental recording of Jacques blade clashing with the saint and winning.
Oh God. Okay, All right, Lieutenant Rise.
Jacques
I
doesn't get it.
will not have
She's looking
Lieutenant
at you with a
Rise.
little
I
bit
will
more
not
fear now.
Lieutenant Rise. I will not have you kneeling.
She kind of stands and she looks at you and says, uh, uh, you favor me, Your Grace. I am honored to be to serve you.
Good. We have a long road ahead of us, and your assistance would be invaluable.
Of course, you have but to say the word. Your wish is our command.
N- Why did you? Why did your forces come to Marana when others went to Kaime, or were the ones in Kaime stationed there while you all came to Bateau?
Um, well, I was doing the best that I could to rally forces and regroup. Kaime was the designated fallback point. Um, that was about as far as the con, sorry, that was about as far as the contingency planning went for the count. He, in his arrogance, uh, was assured of victory, and so he did not really give too much in the way of orders should the battle go against us. Um, so when we heard that the saint had fallen, uh, we decided that um, it was a sign, especially after the count's defeat so handily at your hands. Those forces at Kaime would be those who are following the original orders. We haven't gotten into contact with them really since they left.
How would you describe their force composition at this point? Are they mostly held together by one particular officer? Or are they simply running out of fear?
I don't know their condition. Um, if you, I can't imagine they're much better off than we are.
Fair enough. Would you say you speak for
Where's
your
where's
troops
the
here?
order? Oh,
Yes, when we found out about the results of the
okay.
battle, um, I had the non-commissioned officers pull their men, and we're all of one voice in our support for Tavares Jacques.
Good. Good. That bodes very well for the new message that you and your associates will receive.
It's a surprising mouthpiece for creation, but uh, new times, I suppose, must lead to uh, changing perspectives.
That is the very nature of creation, is it not? If it is to remain stagnant for too long, then nothing new is being created.
Truly, wisdom uh, comes easily to you, it seems.
As flattery seems to be coming to you. But truly, we are here to determine what is to be done with you. For you did fight against us, and only changed your ways after you were given the vision of defeat of the saint.
This is true, um, for which we must beg forgiveness for our sins against Tavares Shock. We did not realize that things had changed as much as they had. But as soon as we understood what had happened in the graph and the implications, it became clear what must be done. Uh, please set us forth. We will bring the light of this new message to all of the empire and then the world.
Is that what you wish to be? Missionaries?
If that is what Tvarish Jacques wishes.
An interesting concept.
We can figure out the formalities of what you would wish to be and what would be of best use for you after. For now, there's matters of speaking with the forces at Kaime, and then speaking with the garrisoned forces remaining at Villicus.
I can send messengers to them if you would like, emissaries who'll be able to uh, ask for um, a meeting
That would be
if they're willing.
appreciated. That would be appreciated, but I would say that they take utmost care in their safety. I wouldn't want to send any messengers to their deaths.
Of course, we wouldn't uh, dream of wasting any who are sworn to your service, of course.
What is the state of the town of Marana itself?
Hmm. I mean, we have merely we've been here for only a couple of days, so we haven't really like.
You
I mean,
haven't seen fit to pillage the place, is more what I'm asking.
no, we would not do that.
Alright, just checking.
I mean, who do you think we are, orcs? I mean, and she kind of looks over at your orcish companions.
Hatreds and prejudices will be set aside.
Of course, Svarish.
Perhaps with time we can establish a school of sorts to help properly educate people in the new ways.
A worthy effort, um, sir. And she kind of looks at Minx like she's unsure what title she should use for you.
Sir or Tvarish, both are fine.
Very well, Tvarish. Actually, she would say sir. Very well, sir. Because you've designated Jacques as Tvarish. So to her, until you say otherwise,
What is
he's the
Tavarish?
Tvarish.
What's Tavarish?
Tvarish is within this world. All of those who believe in Tvarism of the UDDC will refer to one another in a friendly way as Tvarish.
It's like comrade.
Yes.
Oh
But
God, you made
unfortunately
Comrade a
now,
big rank.
yeah, unfortunately now, in here, it's going to be the new word for emperor. This is how languages get fucked.
He finds this amusing enough. He doesn't feel like he's going to correct it, and it's especially going to confuse them when they deal with other UDDC members and the faithful of the college students who have been using
No,
it
actually,
freely.
with this, I like this. I like this. Set up this rank, and then we're gonna remove
Well,
their
it's
weird
like making
worldview.
a common like title, like the emperor. So now everybody's the emperor, you know. So it's like it's kind of fun.
Yeah, like so, just really to help fully mess with them. Mix has no intention of
Of
explaining
fixing
it
it.
to them before now. Well, this seems like a pleasant turn of events. You can certainly send your emissaries and make it clear that those who will not fight for us, but will throw down their arms, will be given some measure of clemency. They might have to work on farms, for example, but they will not be treated unjustly.
I'm laughing out of character because that's like That's
That
very
is
funny.
not
Anyway,
what we promised them in any way, shape, or form.
I'm just
which is,
Jacques
of
sitting
course,
here going, maybe it was a good thing I didn't bring Aaron. That we're saying that if they don't stand, they like stand down but don't side with us, we just enslave them.
You know,
I mean,
we'll see how it goes.
that's when communism goes bad for you. Yeah.
Are we putting them in camps? Work camps? Labor camps?
farm camps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farm camps. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what happened to that other Alvarez officer and her soldiers
Yeah. I mean,
last
it's
week.
Gotta put them
that's
to
still
work
a better
building
deal than
knock-them
being fed
towers.
to a tree. So
Yes.
Fed to the
And knock them
tree.
or eat them.
Yeah. Or having your soul sold to the devils.
yeah,
Like, it's definitely not the worst fate you guys have visited on your enemies at this point.
it's much
Truly
much
not.
more
But
lenient to the point
the
where
bar is
Isabel's a bit annoyed.
The bar is
the bar
currently in
is
hell.
very literally in hell. So
Yep.
um so yeah, so she will dispatch messengers proclaiming Tavarish Jacques coming to both Kaime and Villicus. It will take some time for them to get there and back with an answer. Um, but in the meantime, they will start marching back. Like these two, her and her troops can start
Units will
marching
start
back to
making their
Bateau.
way. All right.
Yeah, I assume that's what you were about to order them to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah. So that will be under Jacques' troops.
Great. Jacques sycophants.
The third
This
Villicus
is not how I
arquebus.
planned for this conversation to go. The entire thing that I thought of is just out of the fucking window now.
Oh, you think I'm the Omnisci? Well, I am actually. Give me your shipyards.
Just like, god damn it.
Was Jack born in Turkey?
Man.
Get it. There we go. Alright, there we go.
I definitely
I want
laughed
to
at
find a. I
the.
want to find a painting that's of like a great conqueror in the universe, and it just looks like Jock.
I definitely like the comment I saw a couple days ago that like Biggie and Malkador had like 6,000 years of knowing each other. They probably had all sorts of like in jokes and comments that they'd make to each other that literally no one else around them understood.
Before
And just be like,
before you
Oh, I
said
believe that.
Malkador, I thought you were gonna go into an anecdote about Biggie Smalls.
I also heard Biggie Smalls.
That's basically what it is.
Big E and Smalls.
Little M and Big E.
The Diddy heresy.
Father, you're breaking it down too hard. The Empire is falling apart.
Uh, let's see. Let me just save that for a second. I'm just measuring out how long it will probably take.
Oh, and Isabella is at half movement speed heading back because that last broadcast I failed the strain check and that got me 5 strain. It's a ridiculous
God.
amount.
You don't remove your strain from just resting? You
I
had a long
do. No,
rest.
I do remove it from resting. That one failed because broadcast is my new power. That one check alone gave me 5.
What's the maximum amount of strain?
I think I'm at 16 now. And then I die.
Good God.
I love this class. Such a good class.
Never before have I been so powerful and so close to death.
The first two I rolled high and got nothing, but it was only one of the 3 failed. Now, what level are we now?
You should be level
13.
12, I believe, or
No, we're
13.
13. 17 is my strain maximum.
And you're at how much?
5 from 1
Okay.
failure.
Even I was about to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we
Okay.
don't use that power.
It's not a combat power, which is why I don't want to cast a 5th level spell in combat. That's way too much of a swing. Or 5th order power, rather.
Right. So they are marching back. So you guys can head back to Bateau, and we can advance the clock if you would like.
Yeah, unless I see no point. Let's see. We
Surprised
still need to
Jock
hear.
wouldn't
We
have
sent
a.
somebody. We sent somebody to the Tower of Brands, right?
You did. You sent Arbaz.
Okay. And
So
then so
you
we need
should
to meet
expect
it.
his report back soon.
Yes, we need
And
to
you also,
meet up with Annie for the
you also,
captured Villicus scouts.
yeah, you did actually send somebody to Villeplanche you sent Shay there.
Okay.
Okay. So if we advance the clock to day
Oh God, we're gonna.
119.
And it's 2 Villicus people and 3 Dumont people at Kaime. We're not even gonna need to talk. We're just gonna go look. Dumont people over here, sign this contract.
I mean, we
Villicus
could.
people over here, follow your god.
Yeah, I could very easily just fly Isabella over to Kaime and just do another broadcast and just. It's like, hey, stop.
Okay, so it is day 119 now.
Actually, I think that's what Isabella is going to be doing in her quote-unquote downtime is just video editing memories into propaganda to have ready to send as broadcasts.
That's pretty hilarious, actually.
Yep. Just sitting in the tub. That's what she had prepped when we arrived at Marana.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Shay's report comes in. Hang on, we gotta get the.
You've got mail.
This leads to an interesting thing. Hmm. 6 people total. We could take the ship with the lieutenant to Villaplanche and pick up those prisoners.
You certainly could go and pick them up if you wanted, yeah.
These are the people from the Tower of Brands. What's going on?
No,
No,
this
this
is from
is.
Villaplanche. These are the scouts that they captured.
Hmm.
Elijah, what would be your input? This is your shadow.
I mean, did we get the report back? What did the report say?
Have
It should be.
interrogated the scouts captured by Miss Portier. Their mission, so far as I can determine, was to ensure no army outflanked Count Blackwood from there on his march to Bateau, and assess the defenses of the town for recapture following his assumed victory. She's assisted in a sweep of the surrounding countryside, and they are both confident that there are no other Alvarez forces in the area. Further interrogation is unlikely to yield additional information. Please advise as to desired fate of the 6 captives.
If that's over there, they're have her kill him and come home. They serve no purpose to us. They serve no purpose to us.
I mean, 6 more scouts that we could use. They join our side.
Oh, if we're gonna turn them, sure.
So yeah, I would say then that we. How about me and Elijah take the ship and we go pick them up?
Works for me.
Okay. So you guys go to Vauplage to pick up Shay and the scouts. I'm gonna move this
I
into red because
assume that whenever Jock goes somewhere, Isabel is going with him, just to surface level mind read people to make sure there's no subterfuge or whatnot, and then propaganda
okay,
is necessary just to break their spirits.
All right.
right.
Just as a precaution.
As a precaution.
Can't
Of
hurt.
course.
It can hurt. You see how much strain she has?
Yeah. And if any of them do have ill intentions towards Jock, then just gonna paste them. Squish.
Okay, hang on. Let me.
I think would also bring the lieutenant along.
Mm-hmm.
Because they might know her.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
Well, if I was playing this character more comedically, I would make a "She will not be my new mother."
What?
She would
I'm
not
not.
be my new
I'm not.
mother.
I have
Don't worry.
no
Like I
concept
said,
of that.
the main person who would try something towards her is not here tonight.
Yeah, but she might try something towards Jock.
Yeah, that's a no. I'll be right back.
She doesn't know that.
She very much does know that he's married. So,
Yeah. Does she know that that matters?
you know,
Amongst
A
powerful
moral,
nobility? I mean,
a moral lieutenant in the army. That's the first I've ever seen.
a celibate lieutenant in the army?
yeah, maybe. Uh, I mean, the Tavarish has many needs that need to be served.
Yeah, Isabel is not thinking along those lines. Lev is. Lev would think that'd be hilarious, but
Mm-hmm.
here we are.
We'll see where the
Just
dice take us.
comes into his room and she's just in his bed, already naked. As a good lieutenant, I anticipate your needs.
I'm not sure she would be that forward.
I mean, no, probably not. I mean, this is. She could probably suggest that he might need that, and then offer herself
I don't
as.
think anybody would let her in his quarters unattended. She's still a turncoat.
Well,
She's not
no,
going to
no,
have
this
that amount of freedom around the castle.
no, this would be. Yeah. Anyway, there's lots of steps that would need to be taken, but we'll see. We'll see where the dice lead us. Anyway, you're gonna interrogate these scouts. Here's their leader, Solon. They are worse for wear from Shay's ministrations, which were quite obviously not gentle.
Surface thoughts on all of them?
Surface thoughts. Um, it's pretty bleak. They're making their peace with basically they think they're gonna die.
Okay.
She has done nothing to dispel that thought.
Yep.
Okay. As long as none of them are like plotting to like try and sneak a dagger into Jacques while they're talking.
Yeah, they don't have any like so let's see. So Solon you can is thinking about and we're just going to use them as a like a stand-in for all the scouts.
Yep.
Like if there's anything that they can do and they're coming up empty, like either escape, yeah, basically escape would be the big thing, but they don't have any way to escape.
Okay.
So I guess there's surprise that Jacques would deign to come and speak to them personally when he appears. Um, but this is new territory for them. Like they're not considered important.
Okay. If just as another general rule, in addition to following Jacques, if like they're ever in a position where they're interrogating prisoners and one is like, "Oh, I have an opportunity. I'm gonna do this." Like as soon as Isabella reads that, she's gonna gravity collapse that person. just paste them.
Okay. Yeah. So mostly fear, a little bit of determination, maybe a small amount of hope. If Jacques is here, something important is going down. Uh, but yeah, so they are not going to open up the conversation though. So it's up to Jacques to kind of initiate talking. They just kind of look at you blankly.
Jacques back.
No, he's not
I'm
back.
back. Oh, and I see. I'm back, and I see that Thur has saved all of the attractive ladies for when Vagabond's not here. Gotcha.
Is that one conventionally
Should,
attractive?
Hmm?
Are we looking at a different character? What?
Man, I don't
Solen
know.
Barolf,
Okay,
yeah,
Huh?
that looks
what I have on
What?
my
generic.
screen.
they do
I
look
don't
pretty
even know
generic
what
to
gender
me.
that is.
Huh? You people need to go outside a little
Solon?
bit.
Okay, I'm getting logged in. You
Anyway,
gotta send me this person so I can weigh
Yeah.
in.
I mean, I actually
so I
kind of
can
in the
weigh
moment
in.
was kind of inspired to use the they them pronouns for them because it's like I can't tell what gender they are.
Okay, I
Maybe
feel
they're
better
gender
about that
neutral.
then.
All right.
Sometimes I can't tell what gender a person is because they're gender neutral, and sometimes it's because I just don't have that part
Yeah.
of the brain fully functional.
Because like
Hit
I was
me.
actually thinking about this today. It's like I try to like have diversity in my NPCs, and so I'll just roll for gender, but that doesn't take into account non-binary people, and so
E.
this is a good opportunity to
Well,
be
that's why you
inclusive.
roll a 1d3.
Yeah, you need to use the D100.
Yeah, roll a 1d100.
And to flip a
What's it?
coin if it ends up on the edge.
Put them on the
I need
If
Kinsey
it's
scale.
on the kin,
Is
oh
there a Kinsey
Lord,
scale for gender?
No. Well,
Okay.
it's a spectrum, but I think it has a lot of just different angles and stuff. It's not a line spectrum.
The human experience is varied and complex.
yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so they look up at you, and they're kind of waiting to see um, what you say, what your pitch is. Is it more? Is it going to be more torture?
You have already been through a lot, and I do not wish to put you through any more harm. But if there is any other information that you would be able to give to us, I would suggest strongly that you just speak to us about it because I am lenient. I am, truly. Um, I just wish for peace and for freedom of people in this world. I do have comrades, though, that do not share every single one of my beliefs, as you have already witnessed.
What would be the point in holding back anything? You've won. We told your minion what she wanted to know.
You need not say minion like I am some demonized monster from a fairy tale meant to scare children.
What else could you be?
A person, a human, a husband, a father, someone worried about his family and friends and their
Real
safety and well
human
being.
being.
Nothing human could stand against a saint.
You would be very surprised. And maybe that shows how little you believe in yourself and what you are capable of. To put something else on such a high pedestal that it couldn't even be touched by someone like you. The Empire constantly wants to drill that its elite are above you, touched by divinity or creation. But I tell you that everything that has happened so far in this entire gamut that has led up to this battle with Bateau, with the Count, and with the Saint, just been normal people fighting for a better future. Maybe that's stronger than what your empire teaches, as corny as that sounds.
But the Empire promises immortality. What could you possibly have to offer that would
Does the
be greater than that?
empire promise immortality to you? Because from what I saw is that everyone that was promised immortality is vampiric or some strange, blessed, ascended creature through means of which we don't know how it's accomplished. But it looks like those people were the ones that were truly supposedly given that promise while you all were fed that promise and nothing was delivered on.
We have to prove ourselves worthy. Surely you know this.
You have to prove yourselves worthy, prove yourselves loyal, but fighting and dying for your empire isn't enough?
Lots of people fight and die for empires in this world.
You're right, I fought for it. I'm not ashamed to say that. I stood on your side at one point.
Heretic.
But when it came down to it, is that the Empress, her saints, they all had greed and ambition, and they wanted more and more. They wanted power. And we see that through some of it, it leads through dark roads. From conversations that we had with Nibirius,
You spoke with him.
many times. They're
Why would
not all
he?
just high vaunted figures that you see, some ethereal being.
What would a saint want with you?
Death.
Is Isabella saying that in the
Yep.
background?
Yeah.
Oh, if she didn't, if she wasn't about to say it, he was going to say it. He's just
Death?
going to nod. Yes, you'd be amazed after how many years of horrific choices can weigh on a soul. And he was tired and he was done.
The saints can commit. They have no misdeeds to possibly weigh on their
That's what you
souls.
think, that's what your empire thinks.
What they
You sit
do,
here and you create atrocities. People do evil things and call it good, or say that it's for a greater good. But it is still evil. Look at everything that they have done. You've not seen of what the Empress is trying to do to the greater outside world. She attacked the neutral nation of Savona. All right? She attacked them. She's attacked the UDDC. She has declared war on creation itself for her own power and her own gain. Because she believes that she is the one that is meant to have the power and divinity. And you believe that when she has that, she'll let that just trickle down to you?
I mean, I had hoped.
See,
If,
and that's what they do. They feed you on that hope, that belief you have, and that you'll follow them blindly because they're correct, when you don't know that they're actually wrong the entire time, and they are only worried and caring about themselves. I am not saying for you think of me like that, but I'm saying that you have a chance right now to take your own future into your hands. All right? I am not some demon. I'm not some monster. You spent so much of your life believing that the Empress is some goddess made flesh, that the saints are awe inspiring divine beings. Take some time to speak with me, to see us as just people, and maybe you could see what we see.
from what I've experienced so far, you don't seem that much different.
And what have you experienced?
They kind of motion to their uh, torture scars, basically. They're not scars yet, but they will be.
Look, and for that I do apologize.
I don't.
As leader of New Dawn, I will take that upon me and I will apologize for those actions. But as I said, is that we are groups. We're multiple groups. We do not all share the same full belief systems, but we share in the belief of freedom. I would ask you is that if the roles were reversed and you were the ones interrogating us, would you resort to those same measures to get information?
We certainly have in the past.
Precisely. So how about we put pasts behind us and we move forward into the new futures?
How can
If it
you?
means anything, I forgive you for your misdeeds.
I don't
Penance
care what you
comes.
have to say about my
I don't.
misdeeds. What do you come in here spouting heresy, having destroyed one of the pillars of our society, and
He,
you forgive me?
you talk about destroying a pillar of your society. You don't even knew. You didn't even know him. You just knew an image of him. You all believed that these saints are just beings that were beyond your recognition, things you could just raise your hands to and pray to, but you didn't realize they were actual people. Nibirius was a person, damn it. I didn't want him gone. I know others didn't. Others did. But there's a lot of wisdom in this world that is now gone and snuffed out when we could have learned much from him. And you
Well
all want
then,
to think that it's just heretical. You
well
will
then,
just throw
why
your
did
hands up and close your minds off to it and say heresy.
if you didn't want to kill him, if you didn't
Then
want
why did
any of
I?
this, yes, why are you doing this if you don't
Because
want to?
we didn't want to kill him, but he wouldn't go without a fight. We wanted him to step down. We wanted him to join us.
And you think he would have?
If he wasn't so bound to the Empress, yes, I like to believe that he would have. But I'll let this. You want to shout at me about spouting heresies and forgiving you? You want to know something even more heretical than in your eyes? I forgave him. I looked him in his face and said, for all of his misdeeds and his transgressions and evils that he did in the Empress's name, as an Iberius and as the saint of all, I forgave him. Because sometimes we are driven to make choices that are outside of our will fully, that we make choices that aren't even our own. And we still have to live with those consequences. And that if we can't even forgive ourselves for our own misdeeds, how can we forgive others? So I have made problems and I've made misdeeds and bad choices in the past. And I intend to move forward from those and learn from them. And so I forgive you of yours, whether you like it or not. I will have it be said that I came in person because I didn't want you all to have any more suffering. Because I could have just as easily said, kill them, come back, and let us move forward in our next planning and staging. But no, I'm here. Doesn't that mean something? Doesn't that mean I value you in some way?
It certainly is confusing. Why do you
I
care so
would
much?
sure. Because you're still alive. When you're dead, you cannot change. It is done and over. But you here now can move into making a better future, into better choices. Because everyone is capable of that. Because inside you, I know that there is just a chance to do good. Because I know that in the Empire as a whole, it is not made of just malicious, evil people. Not everyone in the Empire is Count Blackwood. Not everybody in the Empire is Empress Elenda. Sometimes people in the Empire are me and you, capable of just being good people, of fighting to protect others. You might not fight to protect counts and saints, but you'd fight to protect your fellow soldiers, your friends, your families. You fight to protect them, right?
Yes.
I do the same thing. I was Viscount, and my choices were then of following the Empire, and I wished to protect my people, protect the citizens of Bateau that followed under me. And then eventually, that want became stronger than my need to follow the Empire.
You seem to think that the Empress means harm to the people of the Empire. But how can
Yes,
that be if she built if she built it, if it exists and her people
she
live
built
because
it
of
on
her?
greed. She built it on servitude. That is what she did. She built it on the ambition and thirst, lust for power. For whatever deals that she made to get where she is, she did it for one thing: herself. She could put it as she's this benevolent being moving out to protect you all from these evils of the outside world. But have you all ever thought to even look at those evils of the outside world and see who those people actually were? Because they'd be similar to you, people just wanting to live lives, raise families, protect themselves.
I mean, who are we to question the will of a goddess?
Smart people, in my opinion,
The ones who will kill
because
the
in my
gods.
mindset, because in my mindset is that there is no god worth worshipping if they would wish to commit such evil act.
But do not the gods define what is good and what is evil?
And who told you that?
Well, the Empress and her teachings.
Seems a little
You believed
self-serving.
them.
Uh,
The Empress sitting in her chair. I am the best, so it is written.
That's right.
I am the
Aleta is
prettiest girl at the party.
Aleta is the best. Everybody else
They're
exists.
not sending their best.
Um, so they're looking at you, and you can see that last question of who was it that told you, basically, that the divinities get to define morality is causing them to think a little bit.
There's a problem with leading in blind faith. It's that you cannot see anything else, and you are usually blind to the truth. You only listen to one person's truth, but one person's truth is biased. You don't have to believe me in its entirety. I don't want sycophants following me like that. All right? I want people following me because they want to follow me, because they believe in the message. They wish to save people. Learned many
So
things recently. Kindle the light, for the world has darkness and terrors within it, but within all shadows exist light. Shelter that light from the forces that would wish to destroy the good in this world. Be the shield and bulwark against these forces. Be the light through which others can have hope for a better tomorrow, and preserve your own light. Never lose sight of yourself to anything or anyone. So I offer a hand up to her to help her up. I just go, will you stand with me?
they're gonna consider the hand, and then they will take it.
I was waiting for him to make a. I was waiting for you to ask for a persuasion
Yeah.
check.
Oh no, I mean it's he's role playing.
All right, all right.
I don't know.
I was waiting for you to ask that because I had a message I was going to put into their heads for a
I
help
mean,
action thing.
there's also kind of you can still put it in their heads as they're considering.
Yeah, I was just waiting. I thought that would be a good break of like gameplay
Okay.
and story mechanics. So Isabella is well aware that that's all a load of shit. But she is definitely on board for the hustle. So they get a. It's not broadcast because I don't need to because it's only like 6 people. But they each get a splice of 3 memories. The first one is of the saint at his most like regretful and self-flagellating, of just like admitting
Hmm.
terrible stuff and like his regrets and him wanting it all to end and such. His most
Him
pathetic.
him
The
saying I
second,
done bad.
yeah, the second is of Jock at his most sincere, trying to be a father, uh, and trying to reach out to Isabella and admit that he did wrong and like humanizing him. And
Hmm.
then the third is again the blade clash and Jock winning.
So they all kind of put their hands to their heads as they kind of receive these visions, and you can see uh, Solon looks up at Jacques with a newfound kind of awe. Um, and they say to Jacques, "You really believe what you're saying?"
I'd like to think I do.
He does.
um,
Like you
and
say,
then
that just I'm like, yeah, god damn it.
I don't know where we go from here, but I would like to find out. And they're gonna take your hand and stand up.
good. I'd like to find out too. So let's head forward and figure that out together.
So they have not signed on, but they're basically you've gotten them from wary slash hostile to neutral.
All right. I can work with neutral.
Yeah. Tell their significant other they said hello. So let's see. So you fly back to Bateau with them. I think they're still going to go into the prison hold.
Yep.
But they are not going to cause too much trouble, I think. I'll just make a note.
This is how Jacques starts recreating the Order of the Silver Hand, the Order of the Silver Flame.
Yeah. Um, let's see. So while you're doing that, Elise, that would be Sal. You had previously asked me how many corpses we have around.
Oh yeah.
So let me look at I did calculate that. Where are my
I just,
notes?
I just wanted to be mean.
Oh, okay. Well, I ended up
Please count
determining.
everybody in this battlefield.
I didn't
One,
count it.
two.
Like I said, there's an
I
estimate
thought it
of
was a good bit.
about 2,000 bodies.
Oh, that's it.
So
Okay, that's good enough.
you've got plenty of bodies to work with. I don't know if you were wanting to. I guess you weren't wanting to do anything with them.
No, I don't want to do anything with a bunch of bodies. Take them to the little fort. Take them to knock them down.
hmm
All right, put them in there.
Okay.
Won't you take me to dun, 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 knock them down? Dun, dun, dun.
So let's see. So you're continuing to reorganize your forces, get them ready to head out. See what's going on. Do you guys have do you have a long-term goal that you're organizing your forces for at this point?
Kaime and Villicus, I'd imagine.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It would be
So
Villicus, because I wouldn't
yeah,
go to Villicus without a force.
yeah,
Oh, I should have wrote down how many bodies it was. How many was that?
2,000 approximately.
Okay,
Yeah.
big 2-0. And how
So
many prisoners? No, at least
None.
400 less.
They're either on our side or we've murdered them.
Oh, your tree's
yep,
gonna go hungry.
basically. Well, they murder them and feed them to the tree. The tree is getting lots of blood.
Ooh, you either convinced them or you sent them to hell. Where are these murdered people coming from?
Yeah, the spares.
Well, because
Yeah.
so that's the efficient thing about it, right? Is that if they're alive, you can murder them for their soul and then feed their body to the tree. It's use every
Where did
part
we
of
set
the
up this
buffalo
fucking
kind of thing.
demonic altar?
We
What
get
the
to
fuck?
things.
In the prison.
We get to use their. I was like, not somewhere where Jacques sees it.
Yep, definitely.
Definitely not
Elijah is.
happening in Knocked Town. That's where most of the prisoners have been going. So you have to take it to the other fort to do that shit.
This is why the Tower of Brands portal was opened.
Speaking of, so we can move to the next day when you will get back Arboz's report. So we are currently, let me update the timeline.
But yeah, we're gonna start liquidating all those bodies. We're gonna turn them into oil, and we're gonna harvest the skeletons and put them in a big pile.
E710.
We're gonna harvest all the corpse juice. We're gonna put them in barrels, and then I don't know. We'll do some war crimes with them later.
I feel like you're already into war crimes territory.
I haven't sent a single
doesn't
soul to
exist,
eternal
man.
damnation. I'll have you know.
That's true. That puts you one above Elijah.
Product
If it
killer.
doesn't exist,
That
then
puts you several
dead
hundred
material.
above Elijah. Let's be real.
Yeah. Elijah's descent into evil. I mean, we all saw it coming, but man, did it get out of hand quickly. Okay, so yes, so the morning of the 120th day.
That's why
You've got mail.
highway to hell.
Oh no!
Elijah took the slide.
This. Hello, this is the hacker group known as the Portal. Let's see. The Portal. Okay. Who's this from? What the fuck is this
Yeah.
shit?
This is from
I'm gonna hand that
Arbaz.
over to my good friend Minx.
I
Be
was
like,
like,
hey,
can we get Eric
they're
Thonius over
Dragonborn.
here real quick?
What was that?
They're Dragonborn and a dragon and a whole bunch of salt humans. Is this some bullshit?
I don't really understand what's going on.
Look
So
at your Arbaz's report.
Arbaz just got sent back his report, um, which Elijah is now handing to you about what's going on at the Tower of Brands.
Minx is going to take a moment to read it.
Grozny.
There. I am assuming this is got something to do with Ericthonius.
Okay. So you don't know anything about this from your country's wars.
That isn't even remotely like the symbols that we use.
But not you. Grozny's. I'm trying to make sure this isn't his bullshit.
They very much could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Derek Thonius then.
Wait. I will take it to him. You will certainly be there, but let me do the talking for a moment.
Okay. So you take the report
The thing
and
is
you
that if they're
go.
chanting Grozny, does this army not know Grozny's dude?
Does this army not know what?
Oh god. Like isn't Grozny dead?
No.
Nope.
He's currently in Asarius. Doing weird shit.
Trying his own
He's
version of communist heresy.
he's around doing something. You
Yeah.
guys don't really know what is happening with all that. Um, so you go take it to him. He's being attended by your newly recruited artillery unit.
Did Aerith make him another ducky?
He's got plenty of duckies, yeah.
I remember that being a thing. uh, Eric.
Oh, hi, Minx.
Hello. We have found that there is perchance some other servants of your father who are in the area, but we don't really recognize them. They're using this symbol. Does this mean anything to you?
He looks at us like, I think I remember my dad hanging around with some people that use that symbol. Yeah. What was the guy's name? Severin or something? They were from, not around here.
Fair enough. Do you happen to remember where they were from?
It was started with an F. Fairy.
Feywilds?
Feywild? No. More like not
Oh, I hate this.
uh Fey.
A room.
A room.
Mm, I mean, only Minx is here to
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's Minx and Elijah.
And is Elijah there? Does Elijah
Elijah.
see?
Yeah, Elijah's
Does
always there.
Does
Elijah
Elijah know
doesn't
about
know what that
Faerun?
is.
I have no clue if he does.
I don't think that interplanar knowledge is particularly common in Asarius, in Jejitua, I should
Honestly,
say.
yeah, our best bet for knowing about
Oh
Faerun would
God.
be someone like Jacques,
It,
who may have talked to Goat.
oh,
That's true.
He's from somewhere called the
oh,
Forgotten Realms.
I
oh
forget
fuck!
I
Like
forget
out
what
of
realm they're
character. Is
from.
this the fucking out of character? Is this the fucking cult of the dragon? No, wait,
Maybe.
no. Oh God.
I mean, why would it be? What makes you think that?
The symbol.
Tiamat chanting. Can't remember if that's the symbol that the cult of the dragon uses. But it doesn't matter. It's all OC.
It looks like it's from
It's
the
all
'80s.
OC.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Arboz's hand-drawn recreation
Yeah,
of it, so it's
and
not going to
Narbaz is
be
a famous artist from the '80s.
right. Um,
He got his
it's like
stylings from
they were.
whatever the fuck.
See, it was a different. Yeah, a different realm. I forget which one. Right? You guys know about that, right?
No.
No? Because I think Aerith told me you went to the moon and you talked to some people.
That was mildly different.
You guys went to the moon, right?
So they went to the moon and there was some people with cancer or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm playing with my ducky. But if some of Dad's people are around here, then that's great. I can show them how much good I've been doing around here. They'll be
That
ecstatic.
that would be
Maybe Dad will
fantastic.
will put me in charge of them. That would be great. I could have my own army. Won't Aerith be proud of me?
Alright, guys, Eric's not
That's
here. This is our
certainly
chance.
a
We have to
possibility.
kill Eric. While Vagabond's computer isn't working. This is our only chance.
Um, the thing is, we're not sure if this is part of some surprise party for you because they're trying to move about sneakily. They're not announcing exactly why they're here. That's why we're trying to make sure that they're friendly.
Oh, okay. Well, you want me to go and ask them?
No, no, no. Because if it is a surprise party for you, it would ruin the surprise.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I hope it's a surprise party. I love surprise parties. I always get the best presents.
I would imagine that your father has probably heard about all the good work you're doing, and so he's really trying to establish something special for you. And you don't want to spoil your father's own surprise for you, do you?
No, no, I wouldn't dream of it. This would be great. This would be the first time he's ever thrown me a party, let alone a surprise one.
You see Biggs kind of like think about that for a second and kind of shake his head of like, no, I'm not feeling sorry for this guy. And then he
Literally
just
a
kind of
Nepo
nods.
baby.
Duh, duh.
Literally a
Well,
Nepo baby.
Literally a nepo baby,
Nepo
also
and baby.
neglected. These characters are complex
Nepo and baby.
and definitely not based on anybody in real life.
No.
no.
People talk about a silver spoon. I was born with a golden spoon.
Even so, we are going to do our best to find out, kind of what we can do to assist in this party for you. And that's why we wanted to ask you about it. So we'll go talk to them. And no matter what, make sure that, if there is a party, act surprised. Huh?
Oh yeah, I'm great at pretending to be surprised. You're the best, Minx. You're so smart. I'm so glad that I decided to come with you guys. This has been great. I got all
Da,
these guys
da.
running around. They're polishing my scales. Uh, I think I haven't had a mani pedi this good since well, I don't think I've ever had a mani pedi this good. They're very attentive.
That's very good. Very good indeed. I'm very happy for you.
Sir, what if we installed a 10,000-pound anvil above his head? It could be an accident.
Somehow wouldn't work. Also, Aerith would probably be pissed. Hmm. Even so. This sounds like it has something to do with weird Grozny fuckery. So we should probably do something about this.
I assume you're saying this out of earshot of Eric.
Yes, he's saying this more to Elijah once they've kind of walked away from the area.
As if we didn't have enough problems.
Yeah, you know how it is. Shit rolls downhill. So we are going to have to deal with this in the best way we know how. Copious amounts of violence.
Go tell Jacques. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Up late sacrificing people to Satan,
Always.
or rather, Zariel at this point. Okay, so you take the report to Jacques. Is Jacques here?
I'm here.
Okay. This is the first that Jacques is seeing in the report. I guess, do you want to roll me, do you have training in, like, history or arcana or anything?
Alright, I have history.
You have history. Okay, go ahead and make me a
Yeah.
history check to see if you ever talked to Goat about his home plane.
Shit, 12.
Uh,
Damn it, does Goat have a diplomat's pouch? I need Goat here real quick.
well, this would be to even know if you should ask Goat, right? Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it gives you enough that you feel like you should ask Goat because he's the only other person you know of that, or I
It's
guess
not plain.
that's not of this plane. Yeah, I mean that was public knowledge, wasn't it?
As far as I know.
Didn't really keep it a secret, I don't like.
Okay. Yeah, so you can send him a message. I'm sure he has a diplomat's pouch.
Yeah, I would send it and be like, I guess I'd like send a copy of this drawing and stuff to him as well to be like, hey, I need your specific expertise of your home. Does this look familiar to you? We have uh forces here near us that are waving this banner and chanting Tiamat and Rusty.
Okay, let me get his character sheet, and I will roll a history check for him.
Freet and Dow. So that's fire and earth, Jin?
I really want
That's
him
right.
to roll below a 5 and just the responses in big, poorly drawn letters. Can't read.
Let's
And then an
1.0
adult white dragon.
adventure registry Goat. Here we go. It's still here. Okay, he is not trained in history.
Shocking.
Let's see.
No blood hunters get like a bonus if it's in like a specific field or something.
If it's an object, yeah. Although he is
A
trained in
symbol is an
Arcana.
object.
This letter came from Jacques. I have a memory of the pen being
And the
put to
planes of
paper.
existence, yeah. Okay.
Holy damn.
Goat gets a heart palpitation. He's breathing heavily.
Letter comes back.
Go-
Can read a
I
Oh,
little.
know these
God!
guys.
I know these symbols. These are words, but I don't know what they mean. Shit.
The cult of the dragon. They killed my sister, family, uncle, cousin, and grandmother.
let's see. So I'm
Why?
trying to.
Why not? Why aren't I a dragon killer? What is?
Dragons are the natural enemies of goats. They find us delicious.
No.
The dragons don't want to be fed. They want to hunt.
Every
Literally, my
week
family.
they'd come to my village and eat family member.
My father was tied to a stake.
Medium or medium rare?
Wooden.
We're goats.
I want to imagine Goat sits there and he has the sudden epiphany. He just goes.
So yeah, with the 26 and it being his home turf, he would recognize the symbol as being for the cult of the dragon, and he would write back to you, basically, yeah, it's a group back where I'm from in Faerun. The place is lousy with them. They're basically dragon cultists. What the heck are they doing over there?
We don't know. Some portal opened up nearby and they've
Dragons
been
open
marching
many
through.
doorways, that boy.
Well, they're bad news. So good luck with all that.
P.S. Send salt.
I crave that mineral. I hear you have a good salt mine over there.
Do we?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right in between. It's right where the army is marching by. Lure goat
Wait,
towards them.
yeah. The Larme salt flats. That's where they mine salt. That they get from the ocean, I guess.
Really? Usually they do that on League of Legends.
I was gonna say Runeterra.
Whatever your preferred salt sourcing mechanism is.
Oh, the misery. Everybody is my enemy.
Um, but yeah, so they're probably doing something bad. But he doesn't
Goat
know.
reveals his long burn mark on his back from a dragon fire attack.
Well, I mean,
Over the letter. He drew a picture.
he came here from Faerun, what, at level 5
Uh,
approximately?
sure.
Yeah, we'll go whatever the starting level. It wasn't a
He
long
he
game.
also had dealings with a gold dragon guarding a hoard of treasure in
That's
Waterdeep.
true.
So the canon event.
So yeah, so he will identify the symbol for you. So if you wanted to research that further, you could, or ask some of like an interplanar expert.
Yep.
Do we know any interplanar experts?
Totally. Maybe. I mean, there is a tiny little island full of every magic wizard and knowledge in the entire world that's affiliated with Goat. You could
That
go visit the mystical land of Kazani. There's
I
also
don't
that
think.
wizard. There's also that wizard man with the bees.
That's true.
He could get you an in.
He's more of a biologist or whatever it was we
Yeah,
decided
but
the
he could
term
be
is.
like, oh, you need knowledge from Kasoni. I could get you some MacGuffin. It takes you directly there.
I mean, they also have plenty of magic items for your diplomat's pouch if you wanted to write them a letter.
Oh, you have your own MacGuffin? All right. Well, here's the address.
Um, so yeah, so discuss amongst yourselves. Do with that information what you will.
I already made my suggestion. We could make up a place.
I mean,
Deep
Makes it
in the
fine with
vaults of
contacting
the
them.
UDDC, who had a big dragon, probably know something. I don't know.
Actually, it's kind of unlikely that they would. Any of the people who Grozny trusted enough to deal with stuff like that would have been purged.
There is a hermit in the the tundra or whatever the fuck is going on down there, deep. He goes by the name of Baba Jakanika. He knows everything about dragons you could ever want. He lives in the Toadlands.
But yeah, Kasane seems like a good bet to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say. Hmm.
So you shoot off a letter to the
Lives
Kasani.
in a hut that travels by dragon wing, something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Let me make a note in my.
Kasani adventure! Come on, Jolly! Kasani adventure!
And then we just also make a note that we keep Eranius away from these people.
Right. Let's see. So we did
So
the
Eric,
morning
I hear
negotiation.
you need us to make you smile.
This is okay. So write that out and get it to you.
Is what point of the timeline are we at?
It is currently day 120.
Because
We're
Goat
currently
eventually
in.
does become a member, an accredited member of House Phoenix.
I think he is currently. Yes, he would be at
So
this
Shit.
point.
yeah.
Because we're currently in that like lull of no activity
Oh
right
yeah, then he would
before.
be an accredited member at this point.
Yeah, right before Keelandi ascends. Because you've got about 30 days.
Yeah. So
We have to dig up the ancient character of fuck, I forgot his name. I just
Jira.
your artificer. I forget his name.
Oh
Oh, him too.
yeah,
Skatari.
yeah, Skitari.
His name was Skatari,
That
really?
wasn't
It
his
was,
first.
yeah.
Zavash Skitari was his full name, but
Oh,
he named his company Skitari.
As one does.
I just remember he made Jaguna's axe.
He did, and it had
Sword.
Skitari on the axe.
I thought you wrote Dire Orgy on it.
Well, yeah, but it was also like branding. Like it had Dire Orgy by Skitari.
Dire Orgy. Yeah.
Like in smaller letters by Skitari. It's like
Can we
branding.
go?
You know,
Let's
brand
go to
labeling.
Kasani. I want to buy a Skatari branded Dire Orgy.
Yeah, there's places for that.
This sounds like
Yeah,
a
Kasani.
musical act of
It's a
some kind.
college. Like,
Oh, are weapons not allowed there, or do they have a little workshop where you can
no,
just
weapons
make
are allowed.
weapons?
It's like one whole house is devoted to creating weapons. I'm just saying there are
Lockheed
colleges. There's
Martin
probably
is
also
on the
orgies.
campus.
Like very few things are illegal there besides like plagiarism.
That's right.
I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Well, I don't know. Now
Yeah.
what?
There's also in Asarius there is like the house. If the idea is to contact Kasani about information about like other planes and the dragon and stuff like that, that would be lore based. That'd be House Kathir, and there's a representative of House Kathir in Asarius, Dwin,
Hmm.
Magister Dwin Kathir.
Yep. Um,
God, I forgot that I made this ranking thing. I also love that intern is halfway down the list.
So
There's a lot.
maybe a less savory place. Now I look at it, just we could always go back to the Sphinx. Probably knows a few things.
Didn't the Sphinx
I thought the Sphinx
disappear?
died.
Yeah, I think the Sphinx disappeared.
I thought the Sphinx was just being a Sphinx,
Good.
This
We
is
where
a
it's like,
could go
Sphinx
back
ooh,
and be
I'm
like, oh, I
I'm a
didn't know you were
mysterious
coming back.
creature.
I was being
Let me
dramatic.
open up my phone book. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know what the Sphinx would have died to. So I just assume they just like, I'm leaving. Bye.
Probably just faded out of existence.
Yeah, I think he faded out of existence as a temporal paradox resolve.
Man, what a way to solve a paradox. Hey, you don't exist. I don't. What?
Yep,
Boop.
exactly. Um,
Be the first time we
so
saw something like that.
Won't be the last.
okay, so unless you guys want to take, so who are you sent? Like, what are you telling Arbaz to do at this point?
I mean, what does Jacques want to do about this threat?
Because like,
I
yeah,
mean, the
gathering
problem
information
is
is all well
that
and
this is
good.
the
Go ahead.
like, this is a force that we don't know. We don't know anything about them, truly, except that they're dragon cultists, from what Goat tells us. So this is an issue because if they're marching out, they're literally from the Tower of Brands. They are on our doorstep. Um, problem is that they're chanting Grozny, which is not a good thing. Um, so this could be seen as a threat because they could just try to take over everything. Um,
How large of a force was it?
He didn't give you an exact number. He just said an army.
Okay.
He said a whole army, not even just part of an army, a whole army.
We are being invaded by donuts.
So, what are you guys doing?
Unfortunately, this seems like something we are going to need to directly attend to because
yes, this is something we have to deal with.
another army so soon. It's getting old.
hmm
Just an army of dragon dudes, right?
So
Eh,
messengers sent out to we sent
we
messengers sent to
prefer the
Chiron.
term dragonborn.
Potentially send messengers to Villicus, but so now we have to deal with this. So yeah, this would be where I would say we need to gather armies and like move towards Fortress of Servitude, and then see if see what they want, and if it comes to fighting, then it comes to fighting.
If this is dealing with Grozny, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's probably going to come to fighting.
And defeat and Dow could mean something as much of the what the hells we fought there in the elemental plane of fire.
Unfortunately, Grozny had a great many similarly minded socio-psychopathic warlords and dictators and autocrats and such that feel that the disposing of one of their number is a threat to all of them. So I would imagine he has friends who wish to put him back in control of us for no other reason than a blow to the peoples of all worlds who wish to live in peace and harmony. On the plus side, there is a chance that some manner of how should I put this? Usually, such endeavors are paid for with great sums of magic, treasure of some kind, or items. Perhaps we will be able to recover some of them for our own efforts.
Possibly then. Alright, but if we move everybody out, we wouldn't be able to bring Ericthonis with us. That is an issue.
I wouldn't mind re-educating Ericthonius, but Aerith opposes it.
Have to figure something out then. In the meantime, then, alert all of the commanders to muster forces, and we need to make our way to the Fortress of Servitude as soon as possible.
Certainly, this does seem like a priority. But beyond anything else, I am amenable to this course of action.
Input from others?
I
I didn't know
shall.
other people were in this room.
I don't
I thought
have
you
any
guys were just
input at
having
the
a little
moment.
chat.
I shall certainly seek out Agent Onyx. A Dragonborn might have better luck infiltrating an organization like this.
Right, but I don't want him to risk his life now. That's important, and I don't want to give them a prisoner.
Well,
Just need all our boss to observe from a goodly distance. Don't get caught.
Alright.
So this is the Tower of Brands, right?
Yeah.
So is there like
Effectively,
anything of
moving
value
from the
there?
Tower of Brands to the Tower of Brands to the Fortress of Servitude would take how long for them to reach?
Let's see. Say it's like 2.5 days. It's like because we're basically doing an army moves at about half the speed of just walking on foot. So 12 miles a day. So
God.
1 day, 2 day, 2.5 days. Arbuz did say in his report that they are currently marching through the portals, so they are not ready to move out yet. Your forces, when you do a overlook of them, they report that they will be ready to march in 2 days' time. So it'll be two
It'd
two
take us
days,
about three.
3,
It'd take us about 3 days to get
4.
there.
Sounds
Yeah,
like an
3.
army is not an option. Sounds like the portal should be destroyed.
So yes, you could have an army at the Fortress of Servitude in about 5 days.
Put it at basically both forces arriving at about the same time. Or we'd be a half a day behind.
Well, you don't know when they're going to move out.
So the sooner we can move out, the better.
Hmm
I mean, how many of them are there? I suggest just take a strike force and just destroy the portal.
yes, but
That's a good point.
where is Noctum?
In a river.
Far, far away.
Fortunately,
Alright,
hmm
so then we
It does seem like something that we should move in and observe directly as a group.
agreed. I would say we do both options. We have because the commanders can muster the forces and they can move out while we had to deal with the portal.
Okay. So your plan is
Because
you guys are going to go there yourselves and try and destroy the portal and cut off whatever forces they have that still need to march through.
Do we have the
right,
ability to even close a portal? Like, we went through it previously. Like, what kind of... Is that within
Um,
our wheelhouse?
Whatever, I would say whatever
yeah,
means that they had to be able to open it, we should be able to just break that means and close it.
you
Or
guys are high enough
destabilize it
level
enough
that
where it's not usable.
you guys are high enough level. You guys could probably dispel whatever enchantment is on it, which
Okay.
wouldn't destroy it, but it would at least mean prevent them from making use of it until like a powerful magic user gets on the scene.
Who do we have that can dispel?
Minx.
Okay.
Analysts.
Good.
Means.
Well, we don't
I
have Tenlins.
I don't assume what your spell list is. Oh yeah, and Tenless has his little limit break thing. Okay.
We don't have Tenlins.
Fuck.
You're gonna have to do without the deadbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, that sounds like uh, the next adventure.
Sounds like a plan.
So,
Of welcome, we went out of the frying pan with the saint, and now into the fire with literal dragon cultists.
okay,
Cool.
okay. So I'm gonna pencil it in as this is what you guys are doing.
I'm sad we're not going to Kaime, but this seems important.
No.
Well, we're waiting because we're gonna get messengers from Jaime and Villicus.
Yeah.
From the sycophants.
Okay. So I will plan out that adventure, and that is what we will do next week.
Excellent.